Tonight on Now, for years, he entertained us as Flippo the Clown. Legendary comedian Bob Marvin stops by to discuss his amazing career. Next on Now. Bob, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I didn't know I had an amazing career. That's news. I got to write that down.
I think many people would disagree with you.
Okay.
I was pleased to learn recently that the Ohio Historical Society will recognize Flippo, the King of Clowns, at a ceremony on Monday, December 5th at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I'm really flattered by that. I never expected to be immortalized that way, but,
Right. How's it feel to be part of history now?
That's it. You live long enough and work hard enough, and somebody says, "Hey, he's a hysterical or historical character."
Well, both in this case, I think.
Historical. There you go. I should be in the Ohio Hysterical Society. Not the Historical Society. I don't think I'm old enough for that, but what the hey.
What the hey, that's right.
You want to know how old I am? Come over and watch me get out of bed in the morning.
I tell you, there's a great website out there, flippotheclown.com. Now, how long has this been in existence? Because this really just captures your career perfectly.
I don't know, all that stuff, that website and so forth and so on, that's all Frank Cromer's routine. In fact, he even did this thing with the Ohio Historical Society.
Right.
He suggested to them that I should be there somewhere. I said I should be there somewhere sweeping up, but they don't listen to me. So anyway, it just sort of happened,
Right. Well, I mean, Frank's a terrific guy, and he keeps that website very well updated, and that's not the case with a lot of people's website, but Frank really does a great job with that.
Yes, he does a fantastic job on all kinds of stuff related to the computer. He's very, very talented in that area. He just made some bumper stickers. He said, "I love Flippo," and a picture of Flippo off to the right.
Oh.
He'll probably be over there to give you something and say, "Here, you got to put these in your car." So anyway, he's very talented in that area.
Oh, and absolutely. What a Christmas gift. There's some great Christmas gifts, and I'm sure people would love to wake up Christmas morning and see under their tree that you can only purchase exclusively on the website, flippotheclown.com.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, what was your childhood like?
My child, what was it like?
Yeah, what was it like growing up?
Well, I was an ordinary kid. Just, liked to play football, baseball, and I was good at both of them, and I enjoyed doing them. And hockey, I like to play hockey too. I was born and raised in Cleveland. We got lots of cold weather up there, so we had plenty of chances to play hockey, and I enjoyed that too. Although I found out I wasn't so good at it. A bunch of guys were at the Warner operation, and they were from Canada, and they were hockey players. And I said, "Gee, I used to play too." And they said, "Oh, okay. Well, why don't we get a game up?" And I said, "That's okay with me." I said, "I don't have any equipment." They said, "Okay, we'll give you equipment. We got plenty of equipment." So, like a dummy, I go, and we were up at this ice rink, and I had everything except the helmet. So, wouldn't you know it, I went to take out a guard, and he hit me, and I went down, bumped my head. And the next thing I knew, I was looking up into about 10 or 11 faces looking down at me saying, "Is he okay? Is he okay?" That guard took me out big time.
Oh, goodness.
I thought I'd be able to take him out, but that didn't happen.
Didn't happen that way.
But, no, I just had an oriented childhood. Like I said, lots of baseball, lots of football. I was there during the Bob Feller, growing up during the Bob Feller years, and I was very happy to be around. And Rocky Colavito and all the rest of those fantastic ball players. But, that's all. We just ran around playing and behaving ourselves, except when I would sneak off and go to Shaker Lake. We lived fairly close to Shaker Lake. And my mother always said, "Don't go near Shaker Lake. Too many people drowned up there," etc., etc. And I go up there with a quart mason jar, and I caught some fish. And I put them in the quart mason jar, and I'm riding back home on my bicycle with a quart mason glass jar. And I got home, and my mother said, "Where have you been?" I said, "Look at the fish I caught, Mom. Look at the fish." She chased me around the yard for a half an hour with a switch off of the tree, trying to give me a good whooping, but she didn't catch me.
When did you realize you wanted to perform?
Well, I was born with a pretty good voice, and I was singing at all the different functions around town, at weddings and so forth and so on. And whenever there was something doing at the temple, I'd end up singing over there. And whenever I wanted something, I would say, gee, I got a sore throat, I can't sing. Then my mother would say, okay, you can have that shiny drum in Costello's window. And I'd say, oh, okay, I think my throat's better. And then I'd start singing. So I started performing when I was, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years old with a boyish tenor, I suppose you'd call it. But I had a good time. I sang in a lot of different places.
Right.
I sang in Herman Perchner's Alpine Woolwich in downtown Cleveland. I sang there.
Wow.
So I had a good time.
Yeah. Now, is it true you were just 33 hours shy of a music degree when television came calling?
Yeah. Well, I was in my junior year at Ohio State, and I was working at the Neal House Hotel, which is now, I guess it's gone now. And the people from Channel 10 were just putting things together, and they were having dinner there. And they heard me singing and playing my horn, and they called me over, bought me a drink, and asked if I'd like to audition. I said, oh, what do I care? Okay. I was in school at the time. So I auditioned, and they bought my act, and I dropped out of school eventually, and started working full-time at Channel 10. And then the Ward Baking Company came along and wanted a clown show. So they got all the talent people together and said, how many of you have ever done any clowning? And nobody was raising their hands. And they said, well, how many of you have ever worn makeup? So I raised my hand and they said, yeah, you? And I said, yeah, but later on they cleaned up that part of town. But I had a good time for a while. And they said, you, come here. So that was how I became a clown.
Wow. Now, what would you say was your most rewarding moment of playing Flippo? Because he was such an integral part of so many people's lives.
Oh gosh, I don't know. There's so many wonderful things happen. I was active with the Children's National Mental Health Week, and we had contests, and actually we had drawing contests. And, a girl and a boy would win, and we could present with them with bicycles from the Ohio Dental Society. And I just had a lot of different things. I was associated with the Heart Association, and I did things with them. And it's hard to pick one particular area that was most rewarding. When I left Channel 10, the Ohio State Patrol came up and awarded me a safety award for teaching kids how to behave around streets with cars and so forth and so on. So it's hard to pick just one. There were so many that I just enjoyed all of them.
Right. Now, I mean, because there have been so few special clowns over the years, performers who have come across on the screen. I mean, there's a lot of people who play clowns, but a lot who don't. It doesn't really succeed. What made Flippo so unique that he succeeded for so long?
Well, I don't know what it was. I guess I was a comedian in makeup. The older folks enjoyed the humor and so forth, and the younger folks enjoyed the magic that I did and the makeup. So I had an appeal to both the younger set and the older set. So I think that's what made Flippo last so long. I was 25 years with Channel 10. Warner came along and made me an offer I couldn't refuse, as they say in The Godfather. So I went and left and went with Warner. And that added another 5 or 6 years. I had a contract with them for 5 years, and they asked me to extend it a year, so I did. And so it was about 30 or 31 years in costume performing as Flippo.
Right. And how did the end come? Was it a mutual decision, or were you
When I left?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Channel 10 wasn't very happy with me.
No, really?
Yeah. Well, when you're 25 years with somebody, and then someone comes along and woos you away, why it didn't sit very well.
Right.
But I felt it was time to move on. Besides that, it was a new medium. I mean, they were going up in the satellites and so forth and so on, and I wasn't there long enough to get into that area. But just look at what happened with Cube and Warner. What is it, Warner? Time Warner. And it's a really big operation now.
Right. Was it ever hard to be known as a clown? Because I know that Bob Bell, there was a story that when he left Bozo, threw the costume in the garbage on his way out.
Oh, no, I never minded being a clown. In fact, I liked it because when you got through with your job and did your clown shtick, you could take the makeup off, put the clown suit in the closet, and walk out and nobody knew who you were. But then later on, as time went on, people started recognizing me by my voice. I used to ride a motorcycle, and I was working on it one day, and I had on a pair of coveralls, and I was kind of greasy. And I went into Kmart, I guess it was, and I wanted some cans of paint, paint some stuff. And I put my voice way down low, so I want you to do cans of paint. And the cashier lady says, Flippo! I said, not so loud. How did you know it was me? She says, I recognize your voice. I said, but I'm talking like this. How do you recognize that? She says, I recognize it anyway. So, no, I never minded it. I liked it. My kids enjoyed it. But we got to do a lot of good things. We go out to places like the zoo park and so forth. Never had to pay to ride the ride. They'd stamp our hands, and we could ride all day long for nothing. You know, it had a lot of perks.
Right.
Flippo.
Because it is so personal. Because you came into their living rooms every day for so many years, and
yeah,
they feel like you're part of the family.
We became friends.
Yeah.